Today's podcast is sponsored by iTunes. Go to CheapSeatReviews.com, click on the iTunes banner, and purchase anything that you want on iTunes, whether it be this movie or the soundtrack, especially the soundtrack because it's such a good soundtrack, or any kind of other spoken word or anything else that you would like to buy from iTunes. And a small portion of that purchase will go directly to Cheap Seat Reviews.
Attention to orders. I have a presentation to make. For service above and beyond the call of duty of a tourist, even a Marine, we recognize Professor John Patrick Ryan with the Order of the Purple Target and hope that he will duck next time lest he become part of history rather than a teacher of it.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
This is Cheap Seat Reviews.
Hello, and thank you for listening to Cheap Seat Reviews, the podcast that explores the Hollywood film industry for the greater good. This is episode 77, and today we are talking about 1992's The Patriot Games. I am Sean Allred, and joining me tonight is Chad, anchor to the back, Evans.
More like Patriot Games.
Sorry,
Sorry, it was just old to me. It just seemed old.
Hey, Chad, we heard none of what you just said, so try again. Chad, anchor to the back, Evans. Well, this is great.
More like 1982.
Okay. It wasn't the fact that you were far away from the microphone, it's your internet sucks and we couldn't hear you. So thank you for both yelling and the sarcasm. Cornelius, don't waste a good Sam Jackson Logan.
I'm tired of these movies with mem. I can't even do it right. Yeah. Hi. How are you doing?
I'm good, pal. Thanks. And Sam, Sean Bean dies. Didn't see that coming. Vecter.
Sup?
Okay.
This lack of an intro was brought to you by BMW. Well, I think that was in this film.
I think it was a Porsche, wasn't it?
I think it was a Porsche. Never
Yeah,
mind.
her car was.
Nissan. Nissan was definitely in here.
Okay.
Or no, Isuzu. It was in a Isuzu dealership.
All right. Sure. I know he drove a Ford Taurus station wagon, and she drove a Jeep Wrangler that she liked to rev the engine for some reason. Whatever. So let's pull
because
up.
that's intimidating.
I guess. So let's pull up a comfy chair and dive into this. So this is 1992's The Patriot Games. Chad has obviously already given his, I think, opinion of it, and that's okay. Also, unfortunately, Chad and Sam are having what we would consider severe internet issues. So if there's awkward pauses, it's probably because they're talking, but they don't realize that we can't hear them. Like now. So there you go. So Catherine said some lovely words about Patriot Games.
Patriot Games. When CIA Analyst Jack Ryan interferes with an IRA assassination, a renegade faction targets him and his family for revenge.
That's right. Revenge. That's what this movie is. It's a revenge story. About the IRA, not the Internal Revenue Association. That's not a real thing. But the Irish IRA, Irish something
Republican Army.
Is that what it is? Republican Army? So,
Yeah.
So there you go.
Shouldn't you know this?
You realize they were fighting the British. They were fighting the British, right?
Yeah, they were fighting the British. They wanted their kind of sole freedom to vote and choose and do whatever the heck they wanted to do.
I know. I mean, it was very patriotic.
Yeah. Yes.
The games they played to get free of their,
Yes.
oppression.
Those are all real.
That's what she said.
Yeah. So, Chad,
Yeah.
this is your part of the show where you talk and
Yeah,
say things
Sean.
about the show.
Oh,
the
this is
movie.
my part.
This is your part.
After 77 episodes, I might, get used to this.
Maybe.
But, I really, the historical aspect of this film is really, I think that it was really, really, really important. Mel Gibson did an awesome job of really being a great patriot and fighting the British.
It was a revenge flick.
It really was a revenge flick. I mean,
okay. This is only funny if you listen to a few episodes ago where Chad watched the wrong movie. If you listened to that episode, this is hilarious. And that's actually great too because there is a movie called The Patriot. So,
yes, of course.
That's actually pretty funny. Good job, Chad.
Is it streaming? I'm wondering.
I
don't think it
I
is.
don't know. I don't. Think
I'm
so.
pretty sure it's not.
Yeah.
All right. Realistically, though, I found a really hard time to get into this film. Like, I was really confused for the first 30 minutes. Like, where are we? Are we in London? Are we in
France?
Ireland, France?
Are we in Sean's underpants?
Underpants. Yay!
Yeah, yay underpants. I was just really confused, and it's like, who are we trying to kill? I mean, they make it known that it's a botched assassination, but it was just I was just really confused. And why did he feel like he needed to jump in there? I mean, obviously, other than he's a Marine and he's a hero, and
actually, is he a Marine?
Yes.
Was he a Marine? Yes, he was a Marine.
Yes, we've seen his origin story.
Yeah, but still, I mean, for where your instincts are to help other people, but shouldn't they be
Protect your family?
protect your family?
He did.
That's just me. That's. And can I just throw out this one really big plot hole?
You can try.
How did Sean Bean and the guy know that they were going to be on the highway?
Well,
that one highway.
That one I actually buy more than how did they know what school to go to? I buy the fact that because I think they know where he lives, and so he looks at a map and goes, well, she turned right there, and that's on the way to the highway that would take them that way. That I buy more than one. How did they know what school to go to? Two, how did they know that Ryan has to walk out of Annapolis and park on some side street, which I don't think that would happen. I think they have their own faculty parking lot, but because I've been there and I think I've seen a lot of parking lots, but whatever. There was a lot
ample
of
parking for the armed forces.
Yeah, I feel like there
Not
was
so
a lot
much
of
for the public.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, I guess maybe. There was a lot of omniscient bad guy thing happening. Corny, were you done, Chad?
I am now.
Well, I mean, if you have more to say, please say it, or unless you want to save it for the meat of the show.
I think I'll just save it for the good old meat and potatoes.
All right. Corny, speaking
carrots.
of meat and potatoes, Corny.
I think it was a lovely film. Everything I saw was really nice, and I, for the most part, I thought the Irish fellas were just top of the line.
That's not bad. When I always get freaked out is when I hear actual black people with British accents, and it freaks me out for some reason. Like when Don Cheadle is doing his hackneyed accent when he's in the Oceans movies. I have a hard time taking him seriously sometimes. It's like I know there's black people in England and they have accents, but for some reason it seems wrong. I don't know why. That's probably a totally racist statement, but
just a little bit.
Whatever.
One-star reviews from
we're all British. It wouldn't be British African Americans.
African Britons.
Oh yeah, they wouldn't be African Americans. They would be African Britons or African.
Actually, before we do this,
they're probably just Britons.
Why can't they be just Britons?
Well, hey, I'm with you, dude. I'm with you. I'm all about getting rid of the whole African American. Well, you are not from Africa, nor were your parents.
No.
You know, you're from Shelby. I mean,
Would it be really politically incorrect if I just went around calling Sam like German American?
right. I mean, that's what his heritage is. I'm an Irish American or English Isle American because I'm mostly English. I mean, whatever.
I guess. And while we're on Irish, my boy, my
Oh,
my
thank
son,
goodness the internet broke out there.
Where are you going, Corny?
Oh, this is going to be full of all kinds of terrible things. So I was going to say, speaking of Irish, my son is a quarter Irish, and I don't know, but it makes me proud. I don't know why, but I think a long time ago I just
one leaf off the shamrock.
pretty much. I think that works.
Okay.
Okay.
All right,
but Patriot Games. What'd you say,
Patriot
Sam?
game?
What?
Oh.
It'd be considered grass. Just one leaf.
Oh, right.
Just leave me alone.
Leave me alone.
Okay.
No, as for the movie, it's been a long time since I've seen it, and I mean a really long time since I've seen it.
Right.
And I had forgotten that I did like this movie, but unfortunately because of CheapSeat Reviews, I started to notice all these plot holes like Chad has mentioned, and I spent while I kind of got what was going on, I really didn't understand how he knew magic and he just knew everything. He was omniscient almost. It was weird.
Who, Ryan or the bad guys?
Sorry, Sean Deadbeam.
Right. Deadbeam.
Was it really weird to hear him in an Irish accent?
A little bit.
I couldn't. It just didn't place right for me for some reason.
It also helped.
It may have been just me, but wasn't the Irish accents just a little difficult to understand? Some of it was really thick.
Well, you know why, Chad?
For me and my deaf ears.
You know why? I can tell you why.
Why is that?
One does not simply do an Irish accent.
Ah, there it is.
Nice.
2 for 1.
Yes.
I'll allow it.
Good job, Corny. What was I going to say to that? Oh, I was going to say
nothing. You can't say anything.
Well, one thing is that Sean Bean. It helps that he only has like 4 lines in the whole movie.
Otherwise, he's just angry Irish guy.
Right? Yeah. Exactly. Who had a mullet? I think for the majority of the movie until he went.
He did actually.
Kind of military, whatever. But the guy I had a hard time with was the old man McGillicuddy with the bad hair, who Harrison Ford threatens in the bar. His accent was pretty thick.
Oh, the head,
Paddy O'Malley.
Public relations for the IRA.
Yeah, Paddy O'Malley. Can we get more of an Irish generic name than Paddy O'Malley? I mean,
I'm not sure it was O'Malley.
No, I think that's actually his name. I think that was his character name.
I might be wrong. O'Malley.
Still think it's sort of Patrick.
Lucky O'Brien.
Lucky O'Brien. Well, I mean, I guess technically you're right. Yeah, Paddy O'Neill. That was his name.
Paddy O'Neill.
Wait, that was Richard Harris? Oh my God,
that's Ed Harris's brother.
That's Dumbledore.
No way.
Yes. That was freaking Dumbledore. Holy cow. He was young looking. That's awesome because I didn't look at the.
Well, this is what from 93,
92, yeah.
92.
Uh-huh. How about that? Well, good for her.
Would have been in the 60s.
He must have had a really hard childhood. Richard Hare is.
Oh, wow.
What? I don't get it.
What's another name for Richard?
Rich.
Yeah.
Nice.
Rich.
Nice.
Yeah, Rich. Yeah, that's it. Or Richie, even.
Yeah, that's it.
Richie.
All right, carry on. Show notes.
Oh, I'm still waiting for Corny to do his deal.
What?
Are you done?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, I'm done.
Oh, okay. Well, good. Sam.
You like little lights.
All right. I believe this is probably my second go around on Patriot Games, and I still really enjoyed it. Even looking at it critically, I still had a good time with it. I was able to follow it really well. This is one of those 90s what you would put on quote unquote intelligent action flicks that I always liked. I love the finale, the third act of this film. I think it's very well made and very tension filled.
Yeah.
I also like, now that it's been so long since I've seen it, going back and seeing the young Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
And you start thinking, when exactly did he lose that cool, that I don't know, leading guy,
Indiana Jones
charisma.
4.
No, it was
Indiana
before
Jones.
4.
Yeah.
He just got
But
old.
it just I enjoyed seeing Harrison Ford in his prime, maybe not quite his prime, but still a good Harrison Ford.
I think
The younger years.
I still think
And,
I'm with you to a point. I still think he's in his prime because Air Force One was still great. And I still bought him as an action dude, and that was 5 years later. So I still think he's like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
So
Like,
when was it that Harrison Ford started going downhill?
maybe it was after that. Maybe it was after Air Force One when he started to when he married Callista Flockhart. I think that was when it was.
Oh, that did happen, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
Are they still married?
Oh yeah, they're still married. Let's see. Yeah, 6 Days, 7 Nights is when it started to get real bad. He was still pretty good. Actually, you know what, Sam? His career jumped the shark at Hollywood Homicide.
Yeah, that would have been it.
You remember that?
With Josh
That
Hartnett,
was
right?
Josh Hartnett, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's not good. And he's not good in it. Because he was pretty good in K-19, The Widowmaker. And he was pretty creepy in What Lies Beneath. And then after that, he does Firewall and a bunch of other movies. He was kind of cool in Cowboys and Aliens because he's just old, grumpy, racist man. But after that, yeah, I'm with you. And, like Ender's Game, we all were like, whatever. It could have been anyone, in that particular role. So, so I still say that in 92, he's still very cachet. He's still a big name.
Yeah.
Because again,
He's a draw.
Oh yeah, he's definitely a draw. Because I still think Air Force One is one of my favorite '90s action flicks. I mean, Get Off My Plane is great.
I thought he was going to say, "Get off my boat." I was waiting for "Get off my boat."
Yes, I did.
Get off
Me
my
too.
boat, and that actually would have been great.
Get off my boat.
Like that becomes a thing that he does.
And
in all the
also, if
movies.
we're talking about that, I was waiting when his wife said, "I love you." I know.
Right? He probably did in like one of the outtakes,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you know it.
I could kind of see him saying.
Or maybe every once in a while when he walks into a door, he does the shooting pose on the poster.
Right. Exactly.
Or the whip. Or, with the...
Oh, yeah. You think some of his other roles...
when he's got a light behind him.
Yeah, exactly. Someone just randomly walks on set with a sword. He just pulls the gun out and pretends to shoot him.
Or he gets dressed up in a real good tuxedo, and you can see down the scope of a gun. And when he turns real quick and he shoots it, and the screen goes red.
Harrison Ford was never James Bond.
Was he not?
No.
Again, with Sam and his track record on movies, I can't tell if this is real or not.
No, that's got to be a joke.
That has to be a joke. Though they do mention James Bond in this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to be real. You have to listen for it. But when the kind of
it's too much work.
dorky electrician comes in and he's like, "I like mystery novels. You ever heard anything by? Do you have anything?"
Ian Fleming.
Yeah, that's the guy who wrote the Bond films or the Bond books. So there you go.
Yeah. See, it was an inside joke.
It was an inside joke because it was inside, right?
No, because it was about Bond and Harrison
You
Ford.
had no idea that was in the movie.
I found it pretty funny.
No, I knew. I've got this movie memorized.
Oh, okay. Are you done with your little intro or your little review, Sam?
Oh, do you know,
Always.
boy?
I can't tell because it's supposed to be. What, Sam?
Huh?
Are
I'm
you-
fine.
Okay, I didn't know. Corny
I
kept.
think I don't know. I can. You keep cutting in and out too. I'm not sure if I am as well.
You are. Oh yeah. But Corny also kept talking over you, so I couldn't hear what you were saying. So this is probably the fourth or fifth time I've seen this movie, but I haven't seen it probably in close to 10 years. Probably more than that, actually. And this was one that I watched with my dad a couple times. This was one of the few like rated R movies I was allowed to watch with Dad before, when I was like 13 or 14.
They only dropped the F-bomb once.
Right, and I captured it. So, actually, no, I think there's a couple times. Because I think
and it wasn't by the person I thought that was going to drop the F-bomb.
Well, Sean Bean says it like once or twice, and then Harrison Ford I know dropped it once because I captured that one.
And Samuel L. Jackson muttered it under his breath a few times.
I'm sure he did.
He's under contract to do that.
I'm sure he did. There's probably like a director's cut version where he just is just a slew of F-bombs.
Get all these bleeping Irish out of the bleeping desert.
Actually, I can see him like because he showed up to be Harrison Ford's kind of like bodyguard when he went to the Irish pub. I could kind of see him like bumping into that guy and being like, F you, Irish. Yeah, I could kind of see there. Like there's some take out there on the cutting room floor.
Or better yet, as he's starting to walk out, someone pulls a gun, and then he pulls a gun, and then reenacts the entire scene from Pulp Fiction.
Right.
And then he pulls out a purple lightsaber, and then all hell breaks loose.
I know, right? How cool would that be? Like,
we even count that as a Samuel L. Jackson.
Well, but like, how cool would it be to go back to that movie, to go back in time and go, hey, you are in Star Wars, and you're gonna be in Star Wars. Like, I think that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
You're in Star Wars. You're in Star Wars. Everybody's in Star Wars.
Thank you, Oprah. So I think, unlike Chad, I think this movie totally holds up for the time that it's in. Meaning it doesn't use technology that didn't exist. It was I love the satellite phone because I remember my dad having one just the exact same size. Yeah, that big like phone that's connected to the car. Like you couldn't take that phone out of the car. It was like part of the vehicle. And the use of the satellite technology, like they didn't have, they're literally looking at like an overhead projector. I know that's old technology, but it's what they had in 92. And I appreciate movies for giving us what actually existed. Like there was no bad tech in this movie. He says, move the little, zoom in here. And the guy has to.
Yes, there was bad tech.
Where? What happened? When?
The bad tech, and they usually use this in movies, in the picture resolution.
Yeah.
In terms of can you clarify that, or can you clean that up so we can see it better?
You see, I'm gonna have to disagree with you there. I thought that they did zoom in on parts of the image, but the resolution never changed.
No.
I mean, the resolution got worse as you zoomed in, as you would naturally do.
As it would.
Unlike what you see on like CSIs, where when you zoom in, let's clean that up, and all of a sudden the resolution goes.
But they did.
But not really.
Because remember, that got us the classic line.
You mean
tits.
Oh no, not that line. Was it this line?
Tits.
That line
yes.
there?
That's it.
But the thing is like you're still like it's obviously it's still a digital image that they're manipulating, right? Yep. And even though it's probably like 100 pixels. You know what I'm saying? Like it's nothing like the megapixels that we have nowadays. I mean, our iPhones have
like our satellites can probably
they could probably read
pop a pimple on her chest.
Yeah, I'm sure. So I thought that the technology for what they had was actually accurate because it was still kind of fuzzy. I mean, you can barely tell what, like he had to quote unquote clean it before you can really even see what it was. I mean, it wasn't like, I don't know. To me, I'm with you, Chad. It didn't bother me. It didn't take me out of the movie. The only stuff that really quote unquote bothered me was the fact that these bad guys just knew where to go all the time. That stuff bothered me. It's like, oh, we need to go.
That's how the IRA, especially the uber violent IRA subgroups, they could find your child.
I guess. Just like if they have the ability to do what they did in this movie, why didn't they win their independence a long time ago? It's just especially against those London cops. Those cops were terrible.
Muffin button.
Yeah.
those London cops, they just like, again, the omniscient bad guys. I mean, that was a trope I wrote down like I could have written down like 6 times. Like, they knew. I understand that they knew they had an inside guy, right? I get that. But
Yeah.
But that inside guy was the Parliament's, the royals' guy. So I get how they knew when he was leaving. At the time he was leaving, so they knew when to capture him. Like, I get that.
Yeah.
I don't get how they knew which vehicle was the one that had Sean Bean in it, and that they knew to strike at the bridge because they knew that the bridge was going to be up.
I started to think that the girl. I think the girl had. I think they had enough contacts, and maybe the movie didn't explain those contacts enough. But I think they probably had someone in a lot of strategic places to get that information. Maybe you've got a person who works for a power company. I know a guy, or maybe someone works at the power company. You can find the address for where Harrison Ford is staying. Things like that. I could kind of see that.
I will buy that if you tell me that in the movie.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
they
failed. That's one of the failures that they did. Is they didn't they didn't show us how connected this subgroup of the IRA was.
Yeah, like I would have been good. All you need is a couple of like lines of dialogue, like when Sean Bean and that goober are sitting in the van, waiting for the mom to pick up the daughter. He's sitting there. And maybe Sean looks over at the guy and goes, is your contact good? And he's like, yeah, my contact is great. Like, that line right there tells me, okay, they have someone else on the inside that knows that this is where the kid's school goes. Otherwise, all of their information is coming from British aid. So, maybe he's omniscient for all we know. I mean, that's the only other thing is just that seemed... Whatever, bad guys are omniscient. It's a thing in the 90s that happened, and maybe the book explains how they get all their information better.
When you die as many times as Sean Bean has, maybe you just gain that power. You know.
Well, at this point, he's only died a couple times in movies.
True.
He's still pretty early on in his rotation of death.
Death.
And someone actually did it was online or something. Like, he's actually not the most killed off actor. It was actually
I think I mentioned that in episode 22.
You know the specific episode?
Sure.
Okay. But it was William Hurt, wasn't it? Not William Hurt. It was the guy that played Ollivander. You know what I'm talking about? Anyone besides Sam?
Nosferatu guy. No, not Nosferatu.
Nosferatu?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Can't remember. He was in V for Vendetta. No one?
I know who you're talking about.
I'm trying to think.
I just don't know the name.
John Hurt. Yeah, John Hurt.
Yeah.
Apparently he dies a lot in movies too. Anyway, whatever. Yeah, so those are kind of my really issues. A lot of stuff that I liked the suspense about it. It's not just typical dumb action. It's not just guys
absolutely
just shooting each other. It's a lot of not really cloak and dagger, but it's a lot of guys reading books and looking at film, and it's how do we outsmart the bad guy, and how does the bad guy outsmart the good guy?
They're analyzing all the actions that they will do.
Right. Yeah, my favorite scene.
You know what I found different? You know what I found different for this viewing, though?
What's that?
Now that I have children, when his daughter is hurt from the attempted assassination, I was seriously upset at Sean Bean for doing that.
Yeah.
Because there was, other than his wife and his daughter were doing nothing, absolutely nothing to hurt anybody.
Right.
Meanwhile, his little brother is in the attempted assassination.
Yeah.
So, of course, when, it makes more sense for him to die than to try to kill his family. But it's just, that bothered me more than anything this time around.
Well, it makes...
Yeah, and I really couldn't get over that whole fact of how Sean Miller was so, I can't believe he killed my brother. And it's like, you were trying to kill someone else.
Yeah.
You had a mask on. You were breaking the law. And you're so upset because somebody caught you. So I was just like, dude,
Yeah.
you don't self-ride yourself.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a '90s thing or what, but the misplaced vendetta is a trope that happens kind of a lot.
Yeah.
It actually. Go ahead, Corny.
Oh, I was gonna say you see it in Die Hard.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Die Hard 3, really. Because the whole point of Die Hard 3 is to make Bruce Willis pay for what he did to Hans.
Mata fada.
Yeah. The one that actually comes to mind the most is Star Trek II Wrath of Khan. Is that whole movie is a revenge story on the imagined slights that Kirk did to Khan. And Khan has built up in his mind over the last 15 or 20 years all of these quote-unquote things that Kirk did to him that he didn't do, and is willing to do whatever it takes to kill Kirk. And it's the same thing in this movie, I think. Just obviously a little different.
I don't like the T-Rex in Jurassic Park.
No, not really.
Yeah, I can kind of see that. I mean, the T-Rex definitely does have a vendetta.
Yeah, I figured if we're going to talk about Star Trek, we need to talk about Jurassic Park.
Well, if it's applicable, I'll love to talk about Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
I'm not sure there's a revenge.
Yeah, the T-Rex is obviously very upset that these humans are keeping it caged up, so it enacts its revenge when it can. Kind of like the raptors do the same way.
Okay.
All the dinosaurs. Yep.
Sure. I'll go there with you. Why not? You're right, Sam. All the dinosaurs are out for revenge. You curse you stupid humans for creating us after we have not existed for 65 million years. Now we're going to eat you all.
But they don't know that.
They also don't know about the caging thing either, and they don't have the concept of revenge. But according to Sam, they do. So
they do. They're smarter than you think. Raptors can open doors.
That's true. Next time when you build a place, build doors that have turn knobs instead of handles. And you have now trapped raptors forever. But that's okay because they had the Unix system that flies through the air as you click on boxes to unlock doors. You want to talk about bad tech?
Because that's a thing.
Because they spared no expense.
They spared no expense on those Mac Performance Series computers. I mean, that program was so dumb. That's one of my favorite examples of bad tech in movies. It's a great movie. That's like my one real big issue with that movie is that stupid moment. Oh, because she's a hacker, so she can fly through the space and double click on things. Anyway.
I'm a hacker.
Yeah.
No, you're a computer nerd.
Yeah.
I'm a hacker.
I'm a hacker. We prefer to be called hackers. No, you don't.
says no hacker ever.
So it said no, yeah, exactly. Said no hacker ever. I like that. Where was I going to go with this? I don't remember. How did we get here?
Well, I think back in 1993.
With a Jeep Wrangler.
Yeah, 93. Chad?
In 1993, if I recall correctly, hacker was a term that was kind of thrown around by the nerdy community, and it was actually a acceptable term or name, if I recall.
At that time.
At that time. Of course, it was a different
sorry.
time.
You threw it out there, and the internet's throwing me off.
It was a different time.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, there's Chad and crisp, clear
audio. You know who else called hackers?
The devil.
That's who. So, I mean, whatever. Anyway, that's beside the point of this movie. In this movie, there were no hackers. There was, however, Sam Raimi's brother. He was in this.
Ah.
Yeah. That guy, the nerd with the glasses that was helping him look at the what? At the... Yeah, that guy.
So it really was porn.
Yeah.
That's Sam Raimi's brother. That's why he's in all 3 Spider-Man movies, and he's in the Army of Darkness and things like that. It's good to be related to famous people in Hollywood. We just need to jump on that bandwagon. Just find someone that we think is related to us and get them famous in Hollywood. Seems pretty easy, right? I kind of laughed out loud at that British trial because, yeah, they still put on wigs and things, and
Yeah, that's still a thing, right?
that's still a thing. It just seems so
Dumb.
just forget.
Seems so British.
Well, yeah, like you wonder why we make fun of you all the time. I stop wearing wigs, and their parliament sessions are strange too. They just like get up and yell at each other all the time. It's really strange.
That is true.
No wonder we left. Thanks for the land, guys. Appreciate that. Did you notice the Game Boy? I thought that was pretty cool. I like the Game Boy.
Yes.
I love the music coming out of it, though.
Yeah, a little. Just
No
generic,
game ever made that music.
Yeah, boop, 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 boop. Yeah, just generic noise and stuff like that. You can't. They probably couldn't afford to, buy the rights. Yeah, hey, we want to have her playing a Game Boy, and we want to actually have the Tetris theme. Yeah, that's gonna.
Which would make sense since he just saved Russia from Sean Connery.
That was a little later, wasn't it?
He saved Russia from Sean Connery?
I don't think that ever happened.
I don't think he saved Russia from Sean Connery.
It seemed like he helped get that sub back on American soil.
Well,
I don't think they actually put the sub on the soil.
and it wasn't that they didn't get it back on American soil. They took it.
And did the sub taste
They
good?
stole it.
Yeah. You keep using the. I think like your meaning is right, but you like the words you're using are like literally wrong though.
That word, I don't think you know what that word means.
Yeah, they didn't take it back. They stole it, and Sean Connery was part of the. It was his idea, so they didn't save Russia from Sean Connery. It wasn't like he wasn't gonna nuke Russia with that, and the Americans saved Russia from Sean Connery. They said, "Hey, Sean Connery," more like they saved Sean Connery from Russia.
No one shaved
But
me,
not without
boy.
the sub. Because they had to take the sub back.
They didn't take it back. They took it.
It was damn tasty.
Because if they didn't have, if Russia didn't have the sub,
I'm gonna go get some coffee.
I think you're gonna need something stronger than coffee to get Sam to go on the same track as everybody else.
Then
Get some of your
there's
white
no
light.
point in having U.S. subs to counter Russia subs. So therefore, it's so facto we win.
Don't even know.
So facto
America.
pluribus unum carpe diem. I can do that too.
Yeah, you're just.
I can make a words too.
You're
Snorkel.
just saying random Latin things and stuff to make your point seem valid, but it's not. You would be a great lawyer, Sam. You just start arguing this point, and then you just sit down like you're done, and then everybody in the room is just
I
like,
dropped the mic.
everybody in the room's like, wait, what was his
What?
Like, what was his point? Is he objecting to what we said or not?
Mr. Vector, all we did was ask, what do you want to eat for lunch? This is not the time or the place.
Right. And you just, I would let you be my lawyer, Sam. Just not if my
All
life.
right, there
Just
you
not if my life depended on it.
Oh.
Actually, if my life depended on it, I want Sam to be my lawyer because I'll throw the case out because my lawyer.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. What's it called when they have to throw the case out when they
Mistrial.
Yeah, it's a mistrial because my lawyer is incompetent. He keeps saying this gibberish. Maybe he had a stroke. I'm not sure what's happening.
It's like that MASH episode where Hawkeye's on. It was either Hawkeye on trial or Klinger on trial, and Major Charleston Winchester was he was smart enough to be the lawyer and ended up just spouting like all this Latin, and then everybody was like, "Whoa, I don't know what that means. Maybe he knows what he's talking about." And then the chief colonel was like, "I know what that means, and you're going to tell everybody what that means too." And he just kind of gives this sheepish look. It's like 2 aspirin twice a day.
That's perfect. I can see Sam doing that. Saying like having some like he says, "May the force be with you," but in Latin. or raptors can open doors in Latin, and everyone's like, "Oh,"
Because everything sounds better in Latin.
that's true.
Absolutely.
That is true. But no, wasn't what in Latin was Patriot Games.
How the hell did we get that far away from
I don't know, but it's fun.
Patriot Pay Ames Gay.
That's Pig Latin. which is very similar.
That's a thing.
It's very, well, at least it's still spoken.
Anyway, I think we were talking about Harrison Ford being in Bond.
Yes, that was exactly what we were talking about.
No, but okay. Again, for those of you listening, he was not in Bond because he does not speak with a British accent, though he could have played Robin Hood.
Apparently, that's not a job.
It's not a prerequisite.
Qualification.
Yeah. Can you speak with a British accent? Nope. You're hired. All right.
I mean, Russell Crowe did it.
But he has a British accent. Well, I mean,
No, he has an Australian accent.
yeah, but
No.
he can do
That
it
was
pretty-
Ben Affleck.
Oh yeah, that was Ben Affleck.
Oh my gosh.
Now, has Ben hasn't been on Bond. No, he was in those not murder games.
The murder game?
Born things, right?
No,
Ben Affleck-
Born Identity.
No, it wasn't him at all. That was Matt
that was
Damon.
his man friend. That was his man
Oh,
friend.
Yeah, that was
his
their buddies,
man
but he wasn't in the movie.
Okay. Sorry.
What the hell is
That's
happening?
okay, Sam. That's okay. We were having we watched Kung Fu Panda last night with my brother and sister-in-law and their family, whatever. And it was the second movie, and I couldn't remember who was the voice of the peacock, and it was driving me crazy. And I said, normally I could just ask my fellow guest, guys of the podcast, well, except for Sam, because he would just say Joe Pesci. And my brother-in-law looks at me and goes, Joe Pesci? I said, that's Sam's go-to guy for everything. And he says, he's been in like 8 movies. I said, I know. And he just looks at me and he goes, I need to listen to this podcast. And I said, yeah. Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, we had a Joe Pesci sighting in like 3 weeks.
I know.
That's true. That's true.
He's
Joe Pesci.
It's kind of the size.
No, don't.
It's not the size of a hermit.
He's gonna show up behind you and then like say, "You talking to me? Or you think I'm funny? Am I here to make you laugh?" I can't obviously do an Italian accent, but
That was beautiful.
I know it was terrible. And
That
it
was
fun.
everything I've ever wanted in an Italian accent.
Oh, you got a podcast. You think you're better than me?
That's more Jersey than Italian.
Jersey, Italian. It's all from the same
Kind
country.
of the same, yeah. Oh, so you're in a podcast? You think you're better than me? Yeah. I hope my buddy AR listens to this episode because he would think that's hilarious. Yeah, sorry. So
Okay. Anyway, back to the Bond.
not going back to Bond. It's never been a thing. So I'm just going to play this instead.
Marty, I am not standing here with my hat in my hand. I am telling you, I want back in.
Jack,
Sir,
thank God about Sally.
thank you.
Alice and I are relieved beyond words. You manage any sleep?
Not much, sir.
I'm interrupting something. You were explaining to Jack about how we'd be better off without him around here. Or something along those lines.
It's good to have friends in high places.
Marty!
What?
This guy's name.
Oh, I was like, that's not Christopher Lloyd. I like that. I like that moment just because it's that like that guy for whatever reason was like an asshole for no reason. Did you guys ever kind of like?
Yeah.
He comes in. He's like, no, you can't come in because you're too close to the thing. Even though like apparently he used to be a really really good CIA analyst, and for whatever reason got out. Maybe because of the events of the Red October. We don't know. And then he comes in and it's like, basically, for lack of a better word, said, give the man his job back because I outrank you. I'm your boss. And then later on, he's like, this is a real thing. And he's like, I'm not gunning for your job. Stop being an asshole. So anyway, I don't know why that guy, he just bugged me. Maybe he was just there for conflict's sake. But fear the beard. I don't remember what this clip is.
A safe trip. I'll go home and...
Oh, yeah. Okay. So in my notes, I remember this clip is now. This is when Harrison Ford's gone to the bar and he threatens that guy. And my notes were, if Harrison Ford Because earlier in the movie, remember when Patty Irish tried to like talk to him, and he just gives him that finger. He just sticks the index finger in his face and just makes him stop instantly, like he used the force on him. And it was like, man, I think if Harrison Ford did that to me, I think I would probably just stop in my tracks too. And then he gets in this guy's face and gets all angry, and I love the threat that he does here. I actually laughed when I was watching this part in the movie.
And call the TV stations. Give them what they want. Let them take their cameras into my daughter's hospital room. Put it on the evening news. I don't give a shit whether you did it or not, and neither will anyone else. But I will put such a stranglehold on your gun money, you'll be out in the street throwing rocks. I will destroy you. I will make it my mission in life.
I mean, I'm a little scared myself right now.
I'm going to say I've heard Chad say that before.
Yeah?
What did Chad say?
Did you hear any of the clip?
No.
No, we've been gone, dude.
Oh. I was
Holy hell.
I was wondering why I was quiet. I'm
glad to see we're an important part of this.
Skype is in the background on my computer. I don't have it in the forefront, so I don't know that you're not there.
All of a sudden, the podcast gets really interesting. It's like, oh wait, Chad and Sam aren't here.
So what was the last thing that you experienced with us?
I don't know. You were trying to say something, but it kept cutting in and out. We couldn't understand it.
Did you hear the last clip I played?
What clip? No.
You didn't hear any clips I played. Okay.
Oh, this is the worst.
Oh my god, I gotta do so much freaking editing on this episode. Okay. So I'm gonna play these clips again, and this time you guys can react to them. I was wondering why it was dead silence. Jeez.
Whoa.
For real, you guys didn't hear the last two clips?
No.
Damn it.
Damn.
Okay. So, I forgot what this clip was. Oh, I'm so over this episode. Okay. Do you want to hear them?
Yeah, sure. What are the clips?
Okay, here we go. This happened.
Marty, I am not standing here with my hat in my hand.
We heard that one.
You did hear this one.
Yeah, we did hear that one. Remember, Marty.
Oh, right. Okay, so we got that part. So now we're on to this one.
A safe trip.
I'll go home and call the TV stations. Give them what they want. Let them take their cameras into my daughter's hospital room. Put it on the evening news. I don't give a shit whether you did it or not, and neither will anyone else. But I will put such a stranglehold on your gun money, you'll be out in the street throwing rocks. I will destroy you. I will make it my mission in life.
And then Han Solo shot first.
That's right.
He scares me when he's angry.
That's what I was saying. That was the point
He's
I was
a very
getting
scary
at.
man.
That was the point I was getting, is that if Harrison Ford was in my face yelling at me, I would probably pee myself a little bit.
Yeah. And then I'd be like, oh my God, Harrison Ford is here.
Right? And he's yelling
How
at me.
cool is that?
This is so cool. Somebody video this, please. My last clip, of course, is also... So, there you go. And I'm gonna keep that forever. So.
Well, when we finally watch Nymphomaniac, we can probably use that.
We'll get that a lot. We'll be all over the place. You know when Sam saw for the first time, you know what he said? He said, yeah. So.
Oh, what has happened?
And what were you doing, Sam, when you saw? Oh wait, damn it, where is it? When you saw? Well, you were.
I was eating pie.
Oh, okay. But of course, that was.
It was a different time.
So, you know. And of course, they were in a bookstore, which I want to play this.
Stupid book.
There you go. Okay, I'm done. Oh my goodness, you okay?
Just dying.
Okay. Well,
Chad's
don't.
dying.
Don't. So there you go. That's it. That's the meat of
myself on the
the meat of the
Wi-Fi.
show. What?
Choke myself on the Wi-Fi here.
Listen, you are a guest in this house. There's no dying on my carpet.
That's right.
Your carpet much longer.
No,
There's no dying in baseball.
That's right. Not when you're so close to closing. Tropes. If you're in London, you have to see Big Ben. Bad guys are omniscient. Goes back to job he doesn't want to because he has to. An evil guy is so evil he'll kill his own teammates to get what he wants.
Yep.
Do you guys have any other
As you
ones?
know, winter is coming.
Yeah, especially for him.
A lot.
A lot. And if you want to listen to this book, Clear and Present Danger, not Clear and Present Danger, that's the third one. Patriot Games.
Yeah, get it right, son. Come on.
You can go to audibletrial.com/CheapSeat Reviews and listen to it for free.
For free.
For free. How much is it? Well, it's free fitty. That's how much it is. This movie can't talk. This movie had a budget of $42. Damn, I can't even read. $42 million and grossed 83. So good job.
That sounds like a very, very good movie.
Yeah.
Good job.
Good job. Trivia. There's actually some pretty good trivia here.
Trivia.
Like, the CIA scenes were filmed at the actual CIA headquarters. This was the first time the CIA had ever done such a thing. Now, this actually kind of hurts me a little bit because I like the movie, but then I read this. The original author, Tom Clancy, disassociated himself from the production after reading the first draft of the script. So,
Really?
Alec Baldwin bowed out of this film when the production was pushed back from 91 to 92. He was already committed doing something else, so they called up Harrison Ford because they actually wanted him for Hunt for Red October.
Interesting.
James
How
Horner.
cool would that have been?
And he was done with his Bond contract.
Yeah, definitely. James Horner, who, like all composers, often reuses his own material, borrows part of his score from Aliens, 1986, in scoring this film, specifically the key elements of the resolution and hyperspace from the Aliens soundtrack. It's during the
So would we say that? So could we say that he's now decomposing?
Oh my god! Way too soon, Chad.
Too soon.
And Chad, you have to get close to the microphone
Sorry.
because it literally sounds like you're 40 feet away.
Oh, okay.
Please don't.
Chad, come on over here.
Please don't.
You're don't get 40 feet away now.
Okay.
Thank you, buddy. The name Patty O'Neill, the IRA spokesman played by Richard Harris, which we learned on this podcast, is taken.
Ed Harris's brother.
Is it really?
No relation to Neil Patrick Harris.
Oh, him. Okay. Yeah. Is taken from. Nothing you hear on this podcast is probably true. So just there you go. Especially if Sam says it. Is taken from the name used by the IRA organization to sign all statements originating from them. What? I don't know. I'm not going to read that.
Well, they gotta have somebody to issue the POs.
I guess.
The purchase orders.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Because who else does the bookkeeping?
Yeah, good point.
Yeah. Tom Watt claims that he got his part because it amused director Philip Noyce that an actor called Watt was auditioning for the role of an electrician.
What was his name?
Yeah, exactly. Harrison Ford, Sam Jackson, and James Earl Jones
Shock.
have all played in Star Wars. That's great.
Well, that's old hat. Moving on.
Uh,
And they all went to go kill Hitler, evidently.
Yeah.
That was the whole purpose.
Yep, that was the whole purpose of Star Wars, or Harrison Ford, really. The dual and Vader. The dual beeping sound effect of Jack Ryan's EKG was also used in the Hunt Red October as the sound of the U.S. Dallas's sonar. That's kind of funny and silly. This is the only rated R one movie of the Tom Clancy movies. Truth be told, I'm not really sure it really needed to be. I mean, you could have gotten away, just leave out, all the F-bombs except the one I played, and it's PG-13 movie.
Well, you had the sex scene towards the very beginning. Guy was completely naked. He didn't see anything.
Right.
But it was highly
You gonna make me
implied.
wear a rubber? You know it's a sin. The satellite attacking.
Yeah, that
So is
doesn't
this.
work.
Yeah, so is that accent. The satellite attacking watching sequence features the rather emotional. I actually like that scene, by the way. I meant to say that earlier, but then Sam's internet cut out. Like, we're so used to just watching movies where the heroes come in and they shoot the bad guys and whatever. But watching it from a screen where it's not, quote unquote, it's not real, we're just watching a screen. But Harrison Ford, who's just an analyst, is looking at real time going, my decision is now killed these men and what I did. And like, there's kind of an emotional moment there where he's, I don't think he was really ready for that or whatever. And I thought that was actually really great, especially when that other guy goes, oh, that's a kill, derp to derp, take a shot, And I think like that, I actually really like that scene for that because it makes Harrison Ford's character seem human. He's not just some CIA guy who's willing to kill whoever it takes to protect his family. Anyway, the music in that scene was thinly scored by James Horner, but the music is in fact quite taken directly from the slow movement of Dmitri Shostakovich's Fifth Symphony. There you go. Although this film is the direct sequel to Hunt for Red October, the action of the original novels was in the opposite order. The novel Patriot Games was a prequel. Presumably, the change was made because Harrison Ford is older than Alec Baldwin. Oh. Okay. Sweet.
Chad will now be voiced by Megan.
Hi, Megan.
Hi.
Sean said hi. Chad, will you reply?
No. Hi, Sean.
Say, it was a different time.
It was a different time.
Oh, man, if your internet wasn't terrible, I would capture that.
It was also a different Chad.
Gosh. All right.
We've been invaded.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
That's okay.
See you, Megs.
There's a bunch of other stuff here that I'm just not going to read. Because I'm not going to. Yeah, that's kind of it, right? I think we've talked enough about this subject. And now it's time for something. The soundtrack, great. I gave this GS for good suspense. Thought this was a good suspenseful type movie. What did we learn? Well, I learned don't threaten Harrison Ford's family. That's what I learned.
Get off his boat.
He will get pissed.
Because he has a very specific set of skills.
Right.
Like assassination attempts.
Actually, we haven't really talked about that. No, he does not. Well, actually, he does. He's worse CIA.
Yeah. That's actually accurate.
You're actually accurate. Yeah. So, can we take a moment to talk about the big cat and mouse scenes at the end?
Yeah, which I thought were great.
I was going to say, I was like, what? Oh, I'm sorry. I just thought they were fantastic and really well done considering all the crap that you get in the early 90s.
I'm with you. Like I thought the same thing. It was
Didn't
like
get that at all.
What?
What did he say? It was all cut out.
Basically, his point is that it was really well done for a movie in the 90s. It wasn't just...
It wasn't like, over the top.
No, it wasn't like Harrison Ford just came in and just started shooting everybody and like killed all the bad guys. Like,
yeah.
He genuinely had to run for his life and like get out and get back in. And like they were really clever with, we know they're going to come down this door. So as soon as they walk in, we're going to turn the lights on because I know they have night vision goggles. And then Sam Jackson, you're going to put, you're going to kill him, it was great. I thought it was very well done and suspenseful and whatever. Philip Noyce, by the way, we didn't talk about the director. He's very nice with it. Ha! See what I did there?
Yes, I did.
He's directed 52
So
things.
would you say that this is very noisy?
Yep, I would. I'm trying to find stuff that you guys...
Very noisy film.
He has done... All right, so he's done a bunch of stuff, but the only thing that I've recognized is he did the Patriot Games, and then he did the next one, Clear and Present Danger, and then he did The Saint with Val Kilmer, then The Bone Collector.
Which is a good movie.
It actually is a pretty good movie. Then he did Salt.
From what I remember.
With Angelina Jolie, which I actually like as a spy Russian kind of a movie. If you've not seen it, it's pretty good. And I think it's also based on a book or something. Anyway, is that it? Anything else? Anybody have anything else to say?
No, I think that's it.
All right.
I think
Well,
Joe Pesci did a good job.
Well, we picked this movie, and there were some other fine choices to choose from, but we picked this movie in kind of in honor of the death of James Horner, the composer of this film. He died way too early in life in a plane crash, and so we wanted to kind of just take a few moments to kind of pay a little tribute to him. So we did our top 3 James Horner scores that we all like or love or whatever. So Chad, if you will, if you're there.
An American Tail.
Yeah.
Willow.
Oh, hold on. Wait a
and
minute.
Titanic.
Well, you're going way too fast for this. Hold on. You're killing me, Smalls.
And
I didn't say do that. Okay.
American
You are
Tail.
sassy tonight. What is wrong with you? Good God. Drink a beer or something. Calm down.
Out of the way, Peck.
Really? So you said
I studied. My roommate Bob Duvall studied. We hung out with Gene Hackman.
This is
He
great,
studied
right? You said American Tail, Fievel? The first one or the second one?
The first one.
What was that noise?
It was YouTube making me do an ad. A little bit of the soundtrack, just to enjoy.
Oh, I see what you're doing now.
There you go. American Tail. It's a beautiful soundtrack, and I love it. What was your second one?
The second one is Willow, a great story of coming of age and revenge and maybe a little bit of espionage and magic and a whole lot of out of the way.
I think of all of the things you said, magic is the only one that actually fits the movie.
I was buying you time, damn it.
I already have that one pulled up because that's my number 3.
That's my number 3.
Yeah, beautiful soundtrack. It's a fun movie. It's a 82, I think, when that came out, with Warwick Davis and Val Kilmer. And that hot redhead, I can't remember her name. Yeah.
Ready.
I can't remember her name, but she was hot. That was a good movie. I actually liked that movie. Not very many people do, but I liked the hell out of that movie. So thank you, Chad.
What, Willow?
Yeah, I love that movie.
Everybody likes Willow.
I've actually heard
doesn't
people,
like Willow.
I've heard people that have actually who've seen it are like, nah, it's all right. I'm like, no, it's not. It's better than all right. Like, there's magic.
Did you punch them in the face?
I kind of wanted to. It's like,
I mean, espionage and revenge and a little bit of magic.
Okay,
It's the best movie featuring a little person this side of Game of Thrones.
Absolutely.
Or, well, define little
Elf.
person. I was gonna say because
Or Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
But
I was
those
gonna
weren't
say,
real little.
No, he wasn't little.
Okay, that's
He was
that
actually a real sized person.
Okay, that's what I was gonna say. So you mean like an actor?
Yeah, an actual little person.
Well, the Narnia movies, the second one, Prince Caspian, has same guy.
Yeah. But
Oh,
do you consider that the best?
Oh, the Munchkins from the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
But that was before Willow.
That was definitely before Willow.
So what you're saying is since then, okay?
Yes.
Then since then, I will.
So
even...
you've got Game of Thrones,
Hold
jump
on.
back to Willow, jump back to Wizard of Oz.
Oh,
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
If you go from Willow forward, I would say the next year you have the Return of the Jedi.
Who's the little
Oh,
person?
R2D2.
Well, okay.
Yeah, but he's not an actual
Warwick,
little person.
Warwick Davis is in that. He's Wicket.
He's who?
The Ewok.
The Ewok.
But well, certainly, but they aren't little people.
They're little bears.
The characters are little bears, but not little people.
They're little Wookiees, actually. But anyway.
Yeah.
So you mean like a movie that actually portrays a little person as an actual little person?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, do we really know that the Wookiees are from the planet Endor?
They're not
from the moon Endor.
They're not. They are not. The Ewoks are. Ewok literally
Right.
means elf Wookiee. It's what the word means.
So they're kind of like dwarf Wookiees.
Yeah.
Huh. But they're cute.
Right.
But they don't speak like, oh,
No,
sorry,
they-
that was my Tusken Raider.
Right. Yeah. Right.
What is happening right now?
We're having a language dialect moment here. What was your number one movie, Chad?
I'll work on that. It's a great film of love and passion and.
I don't remember
and
what you
what's her
said,
face?
so don't stall. I don't remember what you said.
Titanic.
Oh. Wow.
That's how you pronounce it, right? Titanic.
Titanic. Well, I'm not 100%.
And there were
Oh my gosh.
I'll check the rivers for $400.
Right, exactly.
I'll take album covers.
That's album covers. Oh, you drew a horse having sex with me. Oh, come on, Trebek. Let the people see my work. Horner does the Irish kind of Celtic feel very, very good, I think. He did it at the beginning in this movie, Titanic. He did it in this movie, Patriot Games. He obviously did it very well in Braveheart. He's just got the feel for this sound.
I actually I had to drop Titanic off my list.
Okay. Well, we'll get to you in just a second, Sam. This isn't all about you right now. This is about Corny.
Sink off your list.
It's off my list.
Guess
Corny.
it kind of got a cold reception.
Yeah.
I won't give it about your list.
Little
All right. I'm going to go with the Rocketeer.
Oh, yeah. Woo! You know, that was streaming for a while.
It was. I watched it twice.
It was streaming, and someone saw that it was streaming, and it was like, Sean, you have to do this movie. And I said, okay, and then it was taken off streaming. Wait, are we going to get that? Oh, no. Darn it.
It flew away.
It did flew away. I love the freaking Rocketeer. And
it was a superhero movie before there were real superheroes.
And this movie actually has a former James Bond character as the villain.
Harrison Ford?
He's not in that movie or in any Bond movie.
We're gonna come find out he did a, very early on was
He did a cameo. He was in the crowd.
Speaking of the Rocketeer, do you guys know what happened to that guy, the Rocketeer? Because
he blew up.
Like the Billy Campbell. Like, what is he doing?
Didn't he fly too close to the sun and his wings melted?
I don't know.
I didn't know he was in that, but okay.
He's making soup.
He's doing a lot of TV stuff since then.
Good for him.
Yeah. Wait, what? Oh, that goes down. Never mind. Corny, number 2.
Who was the main girl in that? Was that
Jennifer
was that?
Conley.
Never mind.
You mean
Conley? There
Jennifer Conley?
Jeez Louise, man.
She gets naked a lot in her movies. Let's be honest, okay? There's probably 3 or 4 movies where she gets naked. So
I apparently don't watch the right Jennifer Conley movies.
Yeah, if you've not,
Can you give us a list?
I mean, do you really want me to?
I mean, not right now because we're kind of,
Are we busy doing something more important than talking about Jennifer Connelly's boobs?
No.
I can't remember if she gets naked in Requiem for a Dream or not. Let's see.
Everyone does in that movie.
I think she does. No.
This is
The career opportunities, maybe. The heart. I can't remember.
That'll open a lot of doors.
Mulholland Falls, maybe. I don't know. There's like 2 or 3 that she gets naked in. Just Google it. Just on your home computers, not at work. All right, Corny, number 2.
I'm going to go with Titanic as my number 2.
I already played that soundtrack.
Yep.
It's pronounced Titanic.
I'm so sorry.
That is.
It's
It was built
pronounced.
in Ireland.
I'm sorry, Chad. It's
That's
pronounced.
what they call it over there.
Anik?
Anik.
Anik.
I'm going to find excuses to play this from now on. I just want you to know that.
All right, and my last one.
Yep.
Will be Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan.
Oh.
Let's do this anymore.
I see what you did there. I'll play that one in just a second, Corny. Thank you. Sam.
Alrighty. Okay. Well, Titanic fell off my list mainly because I got so tired of hearing.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Sam. I'm so sorry. I did not realize that James Horner did composing
Spider-Man
for
2.
Commando. Commando. I'm sorry. My number one is Commando now.
You don't even know what that soundtrack sounds like.
I don't, but just the fact that he did it.
Anyway, Titanic fell off my list because Celine Dion beat that song into the ground. So,
It's not, well, in fairness, it's not her fault.
well,
Here we go,
everybody else-
Tony. Hold on. That's terrible. What is that? Oh, now I got a commercial for... Dang it, now I got a commercial for Netflix.
The music is just on quality with the film itself.
Well, it wasn't even the main title. It was something
Sounded
called...
like a railroad crossing.
Yeah, it was said The Trash Collector or something. That's obviously the scene where... Oh my god.
Synthesizer.
Okay.
Oh yes, with the still pan.
Still pan.
Yeah, there you go. Oh man, that was great. Thank you, Corny. Yeesh.
No, thank you.
Hey, you know what? You know what game? I just thought of this.
Okay.
And there's a great game out there, but it doesn't really use a synthesizer or still pan or anything like that. It's called Duck Hunt. Anybody remember Duck Hunt?
Yeah.
Remember Duck Hunt?
I remember Duck Hunt.
Yeah, I remember the dog in Duck Hunt.
Yeah. Yeah, the one that would pop up and you'd shoot it.
You'd want to shoot the dog.
Yeah.
When it would interrupt you?
Yeah, and it would just laugh at you. And I just wanted to shoot that dog all the time, but we couldn't really do that because
Because the game wouldn't let you.
Oh. He teed that up right for you.
No, it was so forced. Come on. It was so forced. It was as forced as Chad.
I was eating pie.
That's what it was. I don't know. It made as much sense as what you want me to play, but fine. Because you teed it up. It took you an hour and a half to get there. I'll play the clip.
I don't think you understand.
Wrong one. All I have is I don't know where it is.
you should bookmark it.
Oh, here it is. There it is.
If you kill my dog, I swear to God, I'll get really mad.
And just so you know, we've now played that 19 times. Thank you, iTunes, for keeping track.
Oh, we need to go back and add it to our old podcast before that movie.
Like Turner and Hooch would have been great.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Oh my gosh.
Oh Lord. I'm so excited they're making a second one.
Second Duck Hunt?
No, the second
second
Bill and
Turner and
Ted
Hooch?
does kill teenagers thing. What
Bill
was
and
that called?
Ted kills teenagers?
Hunger Games?
No.
Are you saying
Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
Tucker
yeah.
and Dale Must Die? That was the one I kept screwing it up with. Are they really?
Yeah. Yep.
Tucker and Dale versus... I don't see where they got that.
I saw something the other day.
No, it's not listed on
Tucker
IMDb.
and Dale and Cabin in the Woods.
Is it?
Tucker and Dale and the Cabin in the Woods. There we go.
Is it going to be the same dudes, you think? It's still going to be Alan Tudyk?
Yeah, slashfilm.com. Tucker and Dale versus Evil 2 is in development.
Well, maybe it's different people. But it's not on IMDb. Whatever. Doesn't mean anything. He is in that new show called Con Man, the new TV series that was crowdsourced with him and Nathan Fillion. I donated my couple of dollars to. Looking forward to it. If you have not seen what that is, go Google that, Con Man, for Alan Tudyk. All right, Corny. Or not Corny. You're done. Sam.
It's been so long. What was I talking about?
No.
Titanic fell off the... in my number 3 spot is A Beautiful Mind.
Okay, yeah.
Gorgeous, gorgeous film. The music helps explain how he's coming up with these ideas and different schizophrenic things.
But none of them are real.
It's so cool. It's such a good soundtrack.
These commercials are killing me.
Sounded like Gustav Holst there for a minute.
I know.
Is Jennifer Connelly in this
Actually, that
movie
sounds a
too?
lot like Eric Whitaker right there.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Okay, pretty.
I don't think she gets nude in there.
I don't remember. Okay,
All
number
right.
2.
My number 2 is Field of Dreams.
Yeah.
If you build it, he will come.
Yes.
Yeah.
And interesting part about Field of Dreams, I read an interview, or I saw something about James Horner on this, and he specifically wanted to keep the full orchestra out of the film until the very last scene, so that when you actually get to the climax of the film, when the entire orchestra comes in, it really makes it much more.
I cry every
impactful.
time on that last scene. Every time. I know it's coming. And it's like a baby.
It's like every time I finish my fries. Every single time.
So it's very sparse until that last bit.
A lot of synth. See if we can get towards the end here.
Captured a lot of the magic.
Okay, well, yeah, it's still beautiful.
Yep. And by the way, this was almost like our top 10, where as I was going through his movies, it pained me to leave some off the list.
Yeah.
It's just, there's so many good things. But the number one film was probably one of my first soundtracks I ever purchased. It was for a little movie called Glory.
Oh, yeah.
And it is just, if you don't weep at the end of Glory with this soundtrack in the background, it's just...
That's the one with Denzel Washington, right?
Yeah. That's what he won his Oscar for Best Supporting Actor.
Yep.
Yeah, this movie gets me... The movie itself just is emotional.
Right in the feels?
Yeah, I mean, totally in the feels. Oh, God, just ripping my heart out right now.
But then I had a few fun... I love the Mask of Zorro soundtrack. I love the Legends of the Fall soundtrack. God, there's just so many good stuff that he does that couldn't make my list. So he will be missed. That's one of the first times I actually had a bit of a... When I heard about his death, I was like, oh my gosh, is this what it feels like when, a great is gone?
Yeah.
When John Williams passes away, will probably be...
Well,
it's that kind of feeling. It's crazy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, when that
At the
day
time, a
comes,
freaking airplane crash.
it sucks. Is what it does. Yeah. When John Williams goes,
what it felt like when when Buddy Holly died.
Yeah.
And the Big Bopper.
Yeah, for that generation, sir.
Yeah. My number 3 I already played was Willow. I like that one a lot. My number two was Apollo 13.
Yep.
Whenever I hear this, I'm ready to go sign up and go to Mars. Yeah.
Yes.
And
I want to go to space with a roll of duct tape and some plastic.
That's right. In that movie, that part, we got to make this fit into this, but using nothing but that. And they did it. That's just amazing. My number 1, of course, was going to be Star Trek 2. And not just because it's Star Trek, but because it's one of my favorite films. But I still think the score is fantastic. what he did with it was great. And again, Sam, you're right. There's so many other good ones that I like.
Yes.
Enemy of the Gates is really, kind of impactful and good and big. He likes to use the chimes a lot.
Mhm.
There's the big tall chime and dee 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 dee. He likes to do that a lot, and he likes a lot of trumpets in his
Horn. God save horn.
So, yeah. You will be missed, James Horner. Your music was great, and you made us feel things in movies that sometimes the movie itself couldn't do. It was, Jaws is nothing without John Williams, and it's just. Anyway, that's yeah.
Thank you, James Horner, for all the cool stuff you.
Thank you so much for everything. And that. Oh, and I forgot to play this. For our top 3.
Yay. What do we rank this film, by the way?
Oh, right. We got to do that thing, too. Out of 10, this movie. Chad.
I'm going to go with 6.5.
6.5? Okay.
Is that your final answer, Chad?
That is my final answer.
Okay.
Cool.
Corny.
Uh-oh, is he alive?
I'm going to give it a solid 7.
Have your mic muted?
Yeah, I somehow I just hit down my leg and I muted myself, and I was like, I'll give it a 7. Corny.
Okay.
And I was like, you sons of.
Sam.
I think I'll give this. It's pretty high for this type of movie. I'm going to give it 7.5. Anchors away, my boys. Anchors away.
I'm going to mute you now.
Out of 10.
Okay. 7.5.
I like it.
Anchors away. Good job. You know what? I was actually expecting you guys to, especially after Chad's intro, I was kind of expecting to have to be the one that kind of helped keep the score high on this thing, so it wasn't in the bottom third. But I'm actually really pleasantly surprised that you guys kind of liked it as much as you did. I liked the heck out of this movie. I thought it was everything that I wanted it to be. I don't know what that means, but I'm going to give it also a 7.5. I had a good time with it, and Harrison Ford kind of scares me a little bit. And that's okay. Next week.
Woohoo! What are we doing?
Next
I'll have
week.
to write this down.
Write this down. I don't know if you get this confused with anything, then you're just wrong. Transformers: Age of Extinction.
Yes!
Oh God, no!
All right.
So Google
This
Docs.
is the first one, right?
No, it's the fourth one.
They made 4 of them?
Yeah.
I know, right?
This is with Marky Mark.
Yeah, Marky Mark.
And dinosaurs. The Dinobots are in this one.
Yeah. So, none of us have seen it, right?
Not me.
Yeah, so this will be great. First time
Destroying our childhood fun.
One Autobot at a time.
That's
You know
right.
what? I'm going to watch the animated version just to spite all of y'all.
Well, I mean, you can watch it, but it's...
And that's what I'm going to recall. That's what I'm going to talk about next week. So mark your calendars.
Next week.
Thanks, Chad. Always a team player. Appreciate you.
I do what I can.
Do you? That's going to do it for us. Thank you. You can leave us a review on iTunes and Stitcher. Visit our website, CheapSeatReviews.com. You may like us on Facebook, Facebook.com/CheapSeatReviews, and follow us on Twitter at CheapSeatCast. You can follow me, Sean J. Allred. Sam is Soneji, Soneji 16. Corny is Johnny Darko 16, and Chad is Maestro_Evans. It's Maestro. For those who don't know how to spell, CheapSeatReviews@gmail.com is our website, or not our website, our email address. And we would love to get your email, and we will talk about whatever the things that you said. So on behalf of Corny, Chad, and Sam, this is Sean saying good night. Thank you, James Horner. You will be missed.
tits.
I was gonna try to get to it.